Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are playing a brand new series on TEW9. This is a local to global on the Seaverse, and we are playing as Underground Wrestling. It's a company I've used before. It's a company I've put into the database myself. I like to use it in the UK because I'm using the London Underground logo, or incorporating that logo into my wrestling company's logo. But yeah, this is something I've wanted to do for a while. I kind of attempted it before with the local to global on the Seaverse, but this time I really want to go for it. I'm going to be a little bit minimalist, and what I mean by that is I'm not going to go into too much depth with the storylines, at least for the time being. I might eventually delve a little bit deeper into some of them, but initially I'm just going to kind of be very loose about it. I'm going to play the game. This is a let's play, and we'll just kind of see how I get on with it. The idea, of course, is to take this company, which at the moment has zero money, zero popularity, zero momentum, and zero prestige, and we're going to take them to the very top. We have got a very big mountain to climb if we're going to become the top company in the UK, because our biggest competitor really in the UK is 21st Century Wrestling. Now, I don't know a lot about the Seaverse, but I think they were the biggest company in the world in previous versions of TEW. Let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong about that. I also think that 21 or 21st Century Wrestling were the company that Tommy Cornell worked for, and Tommy Cornell is who the database is named after, the Seaverse, the Cornell verse. So yeah, if we're going to get from our little position here, insignificant. We're not the only insignificant company, but we are insignificant at the moment because we're brand new. We are the 36th highest company out of 36. So yeah, if we're going to get from there to, you know, the dizzy heights of the top 10, we're going to have to beat possibly one of the biggest companies in the world. I say possibly, they are one of the biggest companies in the world. They're UK based. Are there going to be enough workers in the UK scene to carry two big companies? Well, we'll see, but we're the ones who want to get there. So let's start off then. Let's kick off. I've not done a lot yet. I've put out a few contracts. Oh, by the way, I am playing as Finkleton. I just thought he's English, he's a non-wrestler, he was unemployed, let's use him. Not sure if his wage might be a little bit steep for us at the very beginning, but we're just going to kind of see how we get on. We're going to have to deal with it, basically. So yeah, I've put out a few contracts. I'm not going to hang around and show you who I've put contracts out for, but we will come back when I sign a few people, and we'll have a talk about who it is we've signed. Straight away then, we have got Geordie Jimmy Morris, and I think I was signing him as a road agent. Let me just have a quick look. Never involved in-ring work, yeah. And if I have a quick look at his profile, I think, as I say, we're getting him in as a road agent. I mean, he's pretty decent. 71 psychology, experience 100, 89 respect, and 100 reputation. So yeah, and he's way too beat up to be a wrestler. He's 54 years old as well, so definitely wouldn't want him in the ring as an active competitor, but we will be signing him as a road agent. We are also signing Thug. I can't remember, possibly another road agent, because I wanted at least a couple. So look at his skills. Yeah, probably as a road agent. 56 psychology, so slightly less, but it's not completely awful. And experience and reputation at 100, respect at 76. Yeah, it's a no-brainer really. At our level here, be absolutely fine. So let's confirm that signing. Lucy Hooper as a referee. I actually think she was one of the user characters, but we needed a referee. She's based in the UK, so we'll be signing her. So yeah, let's have a quick look then at the skills. So refereeing skill 65, not the best in the world, but booking skill of 78. Well, that is certainly going to help our creative energy when we come to book shows, because I'm pretty sure my character is not that high, maybe 60s or something, which wasn't awful, but that's definitely going to help. Well, yeah, sign them. Definitely. Humphrey Wolsey, yeah, wanted to get a second referee in as well. I mean, initially our first shows are only going to have maybe 3 or 4, maybe a push 5 matches. probably don't need 2 referees, but I just think it's a little bit realistic to have someone else in rather than just the same referee for every match. Yeah, so we're bringing this this person in as well. So what was his name? I can't remember. Humphrey Wolsey. Quick look at the profile. Refereeing skill 58, so not quite as high as Lucy Hooper, if I remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, at this level, again, as an insignificant company, what is our goal? To basically get 1 show rating, because our popularity at the moment is 0. Even if we just get a rating of 1, we're going to increase our popularity. So yeah, we're quite okay to get awful workers in at this stage. Complete that one. Louis Payton, our first wrestler, I think I'm signing here. Have a quick look. Just have a quick look at the skills. I mean, very decent fundamental and physical skills. Very, very decent, actually. Not so great in the ring, but as I've just pointed out, not over important at this stage. Popularity 20 in Southern England. It's probably going to be on the higher number at the stage we're at. So we'll be looking at people with that kind of popularity to drive our company in the first couple of years, possibly holding the belt as well. There was something else I wanted to look at. Just a quick look at the attributes. Better as a heel, we will sign them as a heel then. It's already set to that. Baz Smith, can't remember what I was signing him as either. Be whatever is needed. So he's going to be a wrestler. Again, fundamental skills are fantastic. Probably worse in ring, for primary and mental skills, but again, doesn't matter. Popularity, yeah, I mean he's not going to be our champion, but we'll bring him in. 100% heel, so he has to be a heel. Complete that signing. Ian Vincible, quite like that name actually. Let's have a quick look. Definitely signing him as a wrestler. I remember that one. It's defaulted to a face, so I'm pretty sure he can play better as a baby face. There we go. Skills, slightly better in some areas in the ring, but again, fundamental and physical, really decent for this level. So yeah, sign him as a face. And these are the other contracts we put out. We'll come back to that when I'll skip forward a few more days and we'll have a look at those. I just wanted quickly to show you our product. We are playing the classic sports entertainment. The only reason for that really is we need at this level to be getting sponsorship, and this product is very attractive to sponsors. The only downside of this is you need more storylines, and like I say, this isn't going to be an in-depth storytelling series, so but whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm not disabling them either. I usually disable storylines when we're insignificant. I normally do that until I get a TV deal at least. Not this time. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the game as intended. Obviously, I've got a few different preferences on, but whatever. Face heel divide is loosely enforced. I always like to do that because I think, especially with an entertainment company, you can get some brilliant face-v-face matches, and I didn't want to get a penalty for having those. I've only put loosely enforced though, as opposed to isn't enforced, because I don't want to overdo it. So yeah, loosely enforced there. Yeah, classic sports entertainment. Okay, let's skip ahead a few more days then. We're signing Johnny Highspot. And I know that doesn't really mean anything because he's not a star or anything, but I really like that name, and I would assume he's a high flyer. Let's have a look. Aerial skill 49. No, he's not. And he's 45 years old. So yeah, Johnny Highspot. Maybe I'll keep that name, maybe I'll change it. I don't know. Again, fundamental and physical, really decent. Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be one of our biggest stars. Northern England, he's a 20. But in Southern England, he's only a 16. He'll be there and thereabouts, but at the age of 45, he's not going to be someone that we are looking to build the company around. So let's sign him though, because he's he's kind of decent, and at this level, there's not many wrestlers that we can get that are really cheap. I just wanted to have a quick look at the attributes as well, actually, just to have a look. So he can play a heel or a face. And because I think I've already signed 2 heels, I'm going to sign him as a face. Puffy, the Sandiron player. Not sure about that name. I think I'm going to change his name. Maybe just something like Puffy Sandiron or something like that. I don't know. I still like the idea of him being like a golf player. But Puffy the Sandiron player? No, I think I'll change it to something like, as I say, Puffy Sandiron or something like that. Have a quick look at his stats. In ring, about what we can expect at the moment. Fundamental and physical, half decent. Attributes 100% heal, so yes, he will be a heel. And you can imagine as a heel, he's going to be using that golf club quite a lot. So let's complete that signing. Reese Valley, that's defaulted to a face as well. So have a quick look at him. Not bad at all, really. I mean, so far I've not been looking at the performance stats because I don't think we're looking at anyone who's got great performance stats in terms of entertainment, which is difficult for a company that's using an entertainment-based product, but I think we can get away with it at this level. Fundamental and physical, again, very decent. Attributes, oh, what's this one? That's in yellow. Past addiction and legal issues. Well, let's hope you keep them in the past. Better as a baby face, so we'll be signing him as a baby face. There we go. Bali Daljit. Okay, let's have a look. I'm assuming I'm signing all of these as wrestlers. Am I looking for any more? I've signed 2 refs. Did I sign 2 road agents? I think that's it. So I think everyone going forward is a wrestler. Let's have a look at his skills. Fundamental and physical are really good. Very pleased with that. There's even some light blue stats there. In ring, he's not awful. Yep, happy with that. Popularity, okay, is what it is. And attributes, better as a baby face. And what's this one? I can't remember. Oh, he will do stunts. So maybe we can utilize that somewhere along the line. How old was he? As long as he's not 106, he should be okay to do stunts. 31 years old. Yes, excellent. Okay, sign him. I think the next one we will certainly need to be signing at least one more heel. Let's have a look at this guy, Gavin Owen. That says heel there. It's defaulted as a heel, so he can play a heel. Quick look at his skills. Yeah, really good fundamental and physical. Very pleased with those. Primary and mental. Again, it is what it is. Let's sign him. No messing around there. Leighton Buzzard. For those of you across the pond, Leighton Buzzard is actually a place in England, and I think it's quite a cool name for a wrestler. Let's have a look at him. That's defaulting to heel. Let's have a look at his profile skills. Oh, look at that. Fundamental and physical are really good. Primary and mental, yeah, decent. Decent. Probably one of the better ones we've got. Yeah, happy with that. Just have a quick look at his popularity. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not going to be signing Hulk Hogan. I mean, he's not even in this database. But do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be signing the best wrestler in the world just yet. He can actually play both. We will sign him as a heel. Lenny Mokin. Be whatever is needed. So we're signing him as a wrestler. That's defaulting to heel as well. Let's have a quick look at his profile. Skills. Oh, he's good. Technical. He's a technical wrestler. He's good. I like him. I like him a lot already. And his fundamental and physical are really good. Now, we're not overpaying for this guy, are we? Just a quick look at the attributes. Better as a heel. He's not very popular, but 31 with his stats, we can probably get this guy over. Yeah, he's a heel. Let's sign him. And we've got one more signing to make, Nightmare. Now, I just want to check, now that we've signed a few wrestlers, let's just default to people who are wrestlers, so any in-ring role. Let's just have a look at the overview to do this. So I want to make sure 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heels. We need one more face then to even it up. So hopefully that Nightmare, when we come to sign him, hopefully he can be a face. I mean, if it's one out, I'm not going to panic too much. Looks like Nightmare's going to sign, but it's defaulted to a heel. So fingers crossed he can play both. I mean, again, it's not panic stations if he can't. Why are we paying him £900 per show? We're not paying him £900 per show. Our contract... I'm not making that signing. I don't remember putting that offer in. I obviously did, but we cancel that. Do you know what? That's got me a little bit worried now. We're not paying silly money for any of our stars, are we? No, we're not. Okay, We could do with one more face. I'm gonna look for another face. I've probably got a couple on the short list. Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that I managed to do that. Before I go ahead and do that, actually, I did just also want to show you what I've done with. I'll have to go into the editor here, the in-game editor, and look at venues and locations. In fact, no, I don't think I've added it yet. So hang on, let me add it now, live, while you're here watching. Import, where's import data? There we go. I don't often fiddle about with this sort of thing. Now I added it to the where did I add it to the, was there a locations and, or did I add it to something silly like that? I added it to a database that wouldn't normally have any. There we go. Right, South Downs. Now South Downs is a place, it's an area of the UK near where I live. It's kind of like the southeast of England. It covers places like, well, I'll show you when I import that. I'll show you what I've written in the little blurb, because I did write a bit of a blurb. So let's just go now. Is it in-game editor, and then is it venues and locations? Okay, so South Downs. Oh, that says South Downs, so we'll change that. Okay, situated between London and the south coast, South Downs is an area of beautiful rolling hills and scenic old towns and villages, encompassing Brighton, Worthing and Littlehampton. The area stretches north towards the UK capital, taking in London overflow new towns such as Crawley, which is where I live at the moment. I used to live slightly further north. So yeah, that's just an area of the UK. And I wanted to add that because that kind of gives you a rough idea of that's where we're basing our shows. So we're not going to kind of concentrate on London, but I'll be looking at and role playing us playing at venues and locations in and around, you know, sort of South London down to the south coast. We'll probably stick to one area while we're insignificant, because I think it's unrealistic to go off to, you know, different towns when you're this level. You would never pick up a fan base. You need to sort of stick to a kind of one area, don't you, really? So there is actually a South Downs National Park, and it's kind of here between, there's Crawley where I live, there's Worthing, Brighton, so it's kind of towards the west of those two towns, in between those two towns. But I mean, the South Downs really kind of encompasses this whole kind of area, really. You can sort of go as far north as, maybe not quite as far as Croydon, but somewhere up here, maybe sort of Red Hill, Reigate. So our kind of where we're going to be hosting shows will be this sort of area. But I think, bearing in mind I live in this area, I'm going to be role playing and telling you where we're hosting our shows, and they're going to be in the sort of Crawley, Horsham areas. As we get bigger, we will probably head slightly north until eventually we get into London, and then we'll sort of start to host shows all over the UK and then the world. So we put out another contract for a guy called Stuart Wilson. He can play a face, so we are going to sign him. Let's just have a quick look though, view the profile, I'll show you. He's currently the SNP, I can't remember what that stands for, the Scottish National Promotions? Something like that anyway. He's their current champion or King of Scotland. Very good. Very pleased with him. He's a little bit on the more expensive side, but we don't have to use him very regularly. Popularity, I mean, Scotland's 30 actually, so he's, you know, if and when we can start getting some shows up in there, we'll be laughing really. Yeah, he can play a face, so let's sign him. Done. So we now have 5 face, 5 heels. We're going to have a title. We are going to have, I'm going to create my title. It's going to be the Underground Wrestling Southern. And we're just, because we're such an insignificant company, I'm not going to have a world title. I'm not even going to have a British title. When we're this low, I like to keep things a little bit kayfabe. I like to keep things a little bit realistic. Someone comes to a show in front of 60 people in a school hall and there's a world champion there. No. So I did actually also, now what did I, there we go, the Southern Underground Champion. There we go. So I suppose actually Southern Underground. Let's get rid of the UGW. Singles title, It's our primary title at the moment. I mean, whether we change this title to become eventually the British title and the world title, or whether we just create a new one, don't know yet, but that's what we've got at the moment. Now, shows, events. Now that we have got a roster, I would like to go in and create a few, well, I'll say a few events. I'm going to have sort of one event. So we're going to add it, and it's going to be, but instead, I usually just, when I do local to globals, I have one event a month. I'm going to push my luck and go for 2 events a month. I want to get that popularity up. I really want to get that popularity up. So we're just going to call it Underground Wrestling. And yeah, we're just going to use our, what did I call it then? We're just going to use our Underground Wrestling logo as the event logo. Tickets are going to be free. We want to get that popularity up as quickly as we can. And this is going to be every 2 weeks. The first one, if it's every 2 weeks, do we have the first one in the middle of the month, which is 5 days away? Or do we have our first one at the end of this month and then go every 2 weeks from there? I mean, every 2 weeks. So some months there could even be 3 a month. Okay, let's have our first one. Actually, I want it on a Sunday as well. Wouldn't normally do it on a Sunday, but some of our wrestlers that we've signed are with other companies who have shows on Fridays and Saturdays. So kind of been pushed into this. We're gonna have it numeraled as well. The first one's gonna be number 1. Yeah, so the first one on the 16th of January 2022. Storylines. I will figure out a couple of storylines before the first show. I'm going to end the episode here. This is more of an introductory episode to show you what I'm going to do with this local to global. This is something I'm quite excited about. And the reason I'm excited about it is because I'm not putting pressure on myself to go in depth with the stories, because it's generally what I struggle with. I mean, I can create stories and that sort of thing, but I don't know, it just feels like an extra pressure. I do enjoy this game when I just kind of, I don't want to say just go through the motions, but when I just take things a little bit easier. And some storylines I might go into great detail, some stories I won't. And it's just going to be a case of, let's just do it, let's just go through it, let's just see where it takes us. If you guys want to comment, if you guys want to let me know what I should be doing, if you guys have got any idea about anyone else I can sign, please let me know, because we're struggling for decent wrestlers in the UK. Actually, there wasn't many, and as a lot of you know, I like to have sort of bigger guys, and I like to have I don't like to have them too young either. So yeah, let me know if you've got any ideas of people I should sign. I'll see you all again soon. Please join me on this journey. Give a good like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this one. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.